Hey YouTube, today I want to talk about a film a lot of you know called The Elephant Man. And I want to talk to you about why it's a dreadful film. Now, I don't mean it's badly acted. Both John Hurt and Anthony Hopkins do very well in it. John Hurt's one of my favourite actors. I'm going to fall in love with him. Problem with The Elephant Man is that it's full of inaccuracies. It's nothing like his real life. There are bits which are accurate, but the vast majority made up completely. And people think it's a totally factual story. You can't have that, I'm afraid. Now, some of the things he gets wrong. First of all, it wasn't called John Merrick, he was called Joseph Merrick. His name was changed by the doctor who treated him for some bizarre reason. You would have thought they'd have bothered to look at the original manuscript when you can see it crossed out when they were doing the film, but obviously not. And this whole idea that the Elephant Man was kidnapped, kept in a cage, made to go to be a freak show, made to go to Antwerp in North Belgium against his will, it's rubbish. It's fucking nonsense. Joseph Merrick became a partner to a music hall organizer. He shared the profit. That's how he earned his living. He'd been a hawker, but that wasn't much of a job, and he'd been in the workhouse. Obviously it's embarrassing showing off your deformities, and his deformities were the most horrific of this in all of history, but compared to the workhouse, I think I would choose that. Given that the workhouse was designed to be so horrible that it was better than starvation, but nothing else. And freak shows were the only way dwarves and deformed people could earn a living in those days. There wasn't any welfare state. Unless you had a rich family, you were stuck. And the irony is that they clamped down on freak shows in Britain during Joseph Merrick's life, and this threatened his income. And that's why he went to Belgium, not because he was kidnapped, but because he had to go to a country which still held freak shows to earn a living, and that was where he lost all his money. So the irony is, he probably would have been better off if there hadn't been any laws against freak shows. But the biggest problem with The Elephant Man I have is just that it tugs heartstrings very well, that it makes out disabled people to be perpetual victims. Some of us are, but not all of us. So that's why, I'd recommend this film if you want to watch a very sad film, if you want to use a whole box of Kleenex, but don't take it as history, and don't take it as an accurate portrayal of disabled people's life. Not all of us are victims all the time. Thanks. Hope I haven't been too heartless, but it has to be said. They could have at least got his name right.